Hey. Okay. If you're watching live, comment live. If you are watching the replay, definitely comment replay. Uh Woo, baby, I'm ready today. I'm ready today. I am well rested. I feel good. I coached last night. Mm-hmm. Bring it on. Bring it on. Cause see, this is where we at, y'all. I'm snatching you up today, and I'm just gonna be 100%. And I know relationships, I told y'all relationships are gonna be the hot topic. Wellness and dating are hot topics for 2024. I'm just telling you, I'm telling you. So if you are somebody who is looking for somebody who's looking for a mate, if you're looking, um, I I gotta help you. I gotta help you today. I gotta help you today. So shout out to Marcus Garrett for the infographic. I shared this with my tribe today, email list. And I was talking about how, in between zero and $500,000 a year, that is considered quote unquote poor, like nationwide in so many ways. So I just want us to understand that we are in a different time, in a different era. So what it took 5 years ago, there's just a next level to understanding where you are right now. And the 4B movement, the 4G movement, all these other things, like I totally understand. But right now, a lot of people right now, you're just way too behind schedule. And right now, you're just going to have to focus. You're going to have to focus. You're going to have to focus. Okay. So, Jay, what are you talking about? Let's just go there. So, there is an infographic, and I wish I could get this thing up where you could see the infographic, but it is a let's see here. I'm not going to try anything on this. I'm not going to try nothing on here, but I want to make sure that I'm like coming across with facts, right? So I follow this guy named Marcus Garrett. If you're watching live, comment live. If you're watching the replay, comment replay. If you're easily triggered, please tread carefully, okay? Definitely give me some hearts. Let's boost the algorithm up. Let's get some people on in here. I want to be able to push this bad boy along. So today's conversation, I'm talking about dating 2024, money, why you need to focus. And I follow this guy named Marcus Garrett, who is a author. He's an entrepreneur. He talks about investments. He helps people make more money, professionals, high earning professionals, and things like that. And I follow him on Instagram. And one of my friends sent me this infographic that he made this morning. And I'm not here to go back and forth about the data because it's whatever. It really doesn't matter. But let me pull up the picture of the thing so that you can have a better understanding. So this is, I don't know if y'all can see, but when you see right here, 0 to 500, I'm trying to make sure I get my finger. 0 to 500,000, that is considered poor, right? It's considered poor. Like no matter how you slice it or dice it, it's poor, right? So 0 to 500,000, and then you have 500,000 to 2 million. Now you're probably thinking like, okay, those numbers are absolutely ridiculous. Like that is completely crazy. Like, why would you post something like that? Or why would he say this? The reason why you feel like those numbers are off is because you're offended. And it's inflation. You got to also consider inflation, right? You have to consider where we are inflationary wise. And I'm not saying that his numbers are factual because I'm not doing the data, but I think it's very interesting because even still, with all of this back and forth and arguing about what we should be doing with our time, and dating should not even be a part of it, is the fact of the matter is that the stats, the research shows that the lower you are on the totem pole, the more argumentative you're becoming anyway. Your argument, and you're very emotional. So a lot of y'all that's like mad and going back and forth and mad at the women, and women are mad at the men, it's because you have no money. You have no money. You don't understand relationship strategy. You don't understand how this works. And this is why marriage is not for everybody. I told y'all that marriage is not for the commoner. But try to tell y'all that it's not a poor man's, it's marriage is not a poor man's sport. It's not for poor. It's not for the poorest. It's just not. And I know I love you, and I'm telling you this because this is why we got so many people in and out of divorces, because poverty is very paralyzing. It's very disease. Like, a lot of disease comes from poverty, because when you're stressed all the time, you have to go to work, you're living paycheck to paycheck, or you have a business and you're living from client to client, like you're really in over your head, because then you have to do all of these extra things in order to attract the mate you want, and you're wasting your time because none of these people qualify. Poor people marry out of boredom, and they marry out of a fear of going to hell, which I think is really ridiculous. Ooh, this is gonna be heavier than I thought. It's gonna be heavier than I thought. I'm really trying to help us see, and I already know, like I'm trying to like help us to understand this. So let me go back to the graph. So I didn't make this up. And I don't know if he made it up either. It's really none of my business. I just think it's a very good topic to talk about. I really do, because I just want us to understand where we at. So I'm gonna push this graphic back out again. Like, this is ridiculous. And of course, I'm talking to everybody who's single right now. But if you are married, hey Ashley, if you're married, put your heads together and come up with an elevated, ascended wealth generation plan, right? You need to have a family trust, a family business, or a family office. You need to like concrete some stuff in your name. But for those people who are playing around with their life and with their loans, I'm unavailable. I am unavailable. I am unavailable. So this is the thing, right? So we have South Korea, whose um whose birth rates have failed, right? So everybody's birth rates pretty much have fallen, right? Especially the United States. I mean, we already know that the birth rates are going downhill, which is fine, right? I don't care. But South Korea is pretty much zero. Like, no one is having any babies for anybody. They're literally extincting out. Okay. So the 4B movement is all about no straight marriages. That's what the women said. Refusal to give birth to children, rejection of straight relationships, and no dating, period. Oh, Ashley, that's a good point. So here we are, right? So here we are in 2024. It is a luxury almost to pretty much buy groceries. So why are we having dating conversations? This is when arrested development is evident. See, I got 14 people, give or take, that's watching this live right now, and I got 2 people in the chat. It's some people right here that's pressed, and it's probably majority men that's watching me right now because they trying to see what I'm gonna say. And then it's probably women that's a little triggered, or they're working and they're listening. But if you're listening, you're more than welcome to tell me in the chat, like hashtag live, or Jay, I'm here, or I'm listening. Like, be brave. Let me know who's here. Like, y'all got to look. I'm here giving y'all some details and some encouragement and some push today. Y'all better help me out in this algorithm. Y'all know how this works. Y'all know how this works. So according to moneygeek.com, okay, according to moneygeek.com, the average dinner in movie, the average dinner in movie is $123. Hey, Travel Bay. Hey, Jasmine. Hey, Alyssa. Hey, Asia. Hey, Mayette. Hey, Blair. Hey, Brandy. The average dinner in a movie is $123. So this is why people are like upset right now, because look how much it costs to go to a dinner in a movie. This is why they're bypassing courtship and going straight into, like, let's go meet for coffee. Coffee is $7, $8 right now. I got a grande, and my grande, I'm real extra. Okay, I'm real extra. So this is almost $8 because I put extra stuff. Hey, Sylvan. Ashley said $150. We just did it Friday. Right. So all the people that's talking about I'm ready to date, you need to make sure that the men understand they just don't have the bandwidth. They don't have the bandwidth. And then it costs women to get ready for dates, you know, hair, nails, makeup, dress, blah, 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 blah. That's why they just want to meet you at the coffee shop. Because a full meal is going to run you 123. And see, this is why they have to pre-qualify. Miami is the most expensive place to date. Miami is the most expensive place to date. $156. DC comes in second at $153. This is on average, okay? Average monthly dining out is $218.42. So these men that's complaining about, oh, they just want a free dinner, they're missing the whole point. They're missing the entire point, because at this particular point, I want you to understand that a lot of y'all are mad at these men, when in actuality, the men need to be upset with themselves, and they should be on somebody's email list trying to figure out how to create a Canva document to sell. Hold on, y'all. I got somebody in my DM. Okay. Sasha says, I'm in DC, dinner and movies is these $200 more. That's what I'm trying to say. Ashley said we had to make marriage make sense financially before we did it. See, that's what I'm saying. I love that, because the numbers have to matter. Marriage is a business relationship. It really is. I'm telling you, you have a veteran here in marriage. Okay, I've been married twice, divorced twice. I did not financially benefit from marriage because I didn't understand relationship strategy. I had a love-based relationship, which is really off. So when you have a love-based relationship, it is based on nothing but love. Like, you can't even see past that, because everything else is rooted and centered around love. But the love is conditional from the other party. You got to consider why they are getting married. That's why I told y'all, start asking people why. If you want to see people short circuit, ask them why. People need relationship strategy. Like, why are you getting married? I want a baby. Why? I want a baby. I just really want to give birth. Why? Why? Hmm? Because right now you're in between zero and $500,000 a year. That's where we at. Zero to $500,000 a year, and you want a baby. Why would you do that, baby, like that? Why would you bring a life in here on your own accord and you ain't building anything? And you're in America and you want to talk about capitalism is coming down. Capitalism is coming down. I'm gonna tell you what's coming down, your income. Do him like that. He's trying. Okay. Zero to $500,000. So the American dream, according to Investopedia, I'm a coach, by the way. I'm a business and leadership coach. So I teach my clients like you need to get focused. Because a lot of these times, these men, they want you for your convenience. And I'm not saying every man. When I say men, I'm not talking about all of them. There are exceptions. So please don't fight me in the DM talking about my husband. Thank God I got a husband. I'm not talking about your husband. If you're happy with your husband, I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about a lot of these men that are arguing and having Baptist fits in comment sections about women when they cannot afford courtship. Women have to be courted. You have to show that you are able to head a house. You don't want a roommate. A woman gives birth. She needs to be at home to nurture the children that you're trying to bring in so bad. y'all gotta chill. Those numbers, those statistics aren't right. Are you in between zero and 500,000? So how do you know what's right? Because you didn't do the research. You're upset because you're in that category and you need to focus. Y'all need to deactivate like everybody between today and Sunday. You need to deactivate Tinder. You need to get out of you need to get out of Tinder. You need to get out of Hitch, Facebook dating. You need to get out of what's the other Match.com. You need to get deactivate. I mean, there should be no traces on SEO with your dating profile on there. All of them off. Because at this point, if the man or whoever, man, woman, indifferent, whoever you trying to date, if they don't come into at this point, I'm talking about all the things. If they are not trying to see which one, he needs to be comfortably rich. Let me see. Can y'all see that? That's 80K. I mean, I'm sorry, 80 million to 150. $80 million. Where am I going to find that person at? Relationship strategy. You need to hire a courtship coach. I'm not one. I'm not a courtship coach, but what I can tell you is that if you don't have access to those caliber of people, you need relationship strategy, which is all the more reason why you need to keep your head down. These are for the women who need to be you need to be focused, because if you're saying you want to get married to somebody and you want to have children and things like that, I'm trying to tell you what I would tell my sisters. I'm trying to tell you, like I would tell my nieces. Heck, I would tell you what I would tell myself. If I am trying to get married and I want some babies, I know that in the lower realm, it's not possible. Because the older that you get, the more strategy you need. Because in your early 20s, it's some boys right now that's making some millions of dollars, but do they have the emotional bandwidth to sit there and support you to carry his child. Because sometimes they could be carrying loads of money and making good money, but they are not emotionally stable. Okay. So you need an emotionally managed, disciplined man. And if he is not making some coins and some dollars and got some investments going on, you need to figure out in your mind, okay, I need relationship strategy and I need to be able to be in spaces and get in proximity to these people that's making at least this much per year. But if you don't know how to do that, then you're going to have to hire somebody to put you in those spaces so you can learn how to navigate. Because, see, there are certain etiquettes, there are certain criteria and certain conversational pieces. You can't go up into that realm desperate looking. You have to feel like and look like that you're comfortable in those areas. Don't be like, oh, girl, he made 80 million a year, baby. Okay, so first of all, calm yourself down. Because even to operate in that area, it's going to take you some money, ladies. So when you're arguing and you want these men to act right so bad, they don't have the bandwidth. Mm-mm. You have to make money so you can get into those spaces, social climbing, memberships, all of that. Yes, Cordelia, country clubs. Like you need to be going to spaces like the Rotary clubs and you got to get into those rooms where the hookah bars are not like, if you're talking about going to the girl, I mean, he was at the hookah bar, baby. He is in the 0 to 500K. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Y'all need to put your daughters on this live, baby. That's why I said. Blair said, is it worth to invest in etiquette classes, or do they even consider for older ones? There are so many etiquette courses. There are so many etiquette classes. There are courtship coaches. But again, if you're saying, is it worth it? I'm gonna ask you, do you want to get married? If you want a poor marriage, keep doing what you're doing. Because you're gonna be working for the rest of your life. Look, you're gonna be having to work for the rest of your life. See, you want to work because you want to, not because you have to. I would invest in social climbing classes if it was me. But first, you got to get a skill set. You got to get a skill set because, see, even women, like y'all need to chill out too. Because if you ain't up here, let me go back to this photo. Because, see, even in your case, baby, in order for you to get yourself together and to vibe up and to hire the real help and resources that you need in order to operate at this level, you are going to have to be at least, look, you're going to have to be at least you have to be at the comfortable to wealthy. So you don't even have a bandwidth. You need to be at comfortable. Because going forward, if some man asks you, what you doing? You want to go get a bite to eat? That's $10,000 up top. Send them an invoice because we need to be bringing our laptops. We need to bring in our iPads. We need to be talking about marketing strategy. We need to be talking about business plans. We need to be talking about supplier chain and supplier list and vendor list. We need to be talking about stuff. Ashley, you got them at the right time, baby. The portal is closed. Dating is off. Dating is done. It's canceled. If you have not had any successful relationships up to this point, oh, Brandy. Now, see, I was gonna go there. That's why I'm losing weight now. Brandon, y'all look at Brandon's comment. Everybody need to like it. I need to be pinned. Let me pin your comment. Because these people right here, they need to pin. There it is. Let me pin that. I'm pinning that comment because, baby, beauty currency is going to take you some money. And I ain't talking about going to get your nails done. That's why the first thing is first, you need to lose some weight. I love you. You lose some weight. And if you say, but that's not right, I want him to love me for me. Not at no 80 million. Not at no 80. Shut up, Ashley. She said, come out. Baby, retire them. Push back from the table. Start grazing. Start drinking more water. Start walking. Baby, he got to love me for me. Okay, 0 to 500K. That's where all your pork grinds. That's where all your Takis, your grilled cheeses. That's why all these people live right there. So if you don't feel like he got to love you for you, that 0 to 500K will be happy to take you on board. Get you some, let me go back. Golfing, tennis, all these ham sandwiches and stuff that y'all got to push back from that table, baby. All that. I had like poor me can love you for you. And look, and they gonna love you like a sister, but they gonna mess with you like a I can't say it online, but you know what I'm saying. You got to get to a comfortable position so that you can invest in yourself and see the older that you get, you gotta speed shot, baby. You got the speed shot. And see, as a business coach, I'm here for the skill set. I got you with the skills. Because right now, my messaging is changing after this live today. I'm not taking nobody to 20K. It's either 50K or more. That's all we're doing. Because I'm not keeping you in those 0 to 5 and you saying you want to get married. I got to at least get you to middle class. I got to get you to at least 500. I got to get you over the hump, baby, because we got to get out of Portal. We got to get out of Portal. Because Brandon, what Brandon said, let me go back to Brandon. Brandon said, your goal should be to look so expensive that these Dusties don't approach you. Like Dusty, like we're not even in the community of that. Like they shouldn't even look at you and say good morning. Like to the point, like I'm not even talking to that lady. When you look expensive, no one can harm you because you have profile. Like y'all need to like lay off the meat, calm down on the meat, increase your fruits and vegetables so your skin can glow. You need to get your life together. Do more mindfulness, meditation so your stress can come down because that'll age you too. And anybody that's in your phone in between 0 and $500,000 per year that's in your phone, in your text messages, in your DMs talking about what you're doing or how was your day or I miss you, going forward, if they bring you like every message you send me, sir, asking me about 5 minutes of my time or take me somewhere, I'm going to send you a $5,000 invoice because at this point, this is a business conversation. This is a business conversation. I'm sorry. To be financially comfortable, I'm sorry, let me go back. To Investopedia stated that the American dream is going to cost you 3.4 million over a lifetime. So what are we talking about at the coffee dates? What are we talking about? And you don't have your laptop with you open. Your laptop needs to come open as soon as you walk into the cafe. See, and this is why you can see that this is the survival of the fittest. The fittest means intelligence. It used to mean physical back then. Right now, it's all about survival of the most intelligent, the survival of the skilled. So we're not talking about relationships per se, right? We're talking about social strategy, relationship strategy, not to say like, oh, marriage is the goal, but marriage in that proximity, if it's meant for you, it will be. I'm not looking to get married, right? I'm out of that whole, I really don't care no more. Now, some people want to get married, go get married. And I will be at your wedding, but if you between 0 and 500K, I don't know if I'm gonna be there. I don't know if I'm gonna be there. I don't think I'm coming. I can't agree with foolishness. Because why are you getting married? If you get married because it's Thursday, I pity the fool. I love you, but I pity the fool. I can't. We need wealthy women getting married. Lose that weight. Get your blood pressure and stuff under control. This man asked me on TikTok. So you trying to say, I hate when people do that. So you trying to say that 95% of people can't get married? I said, if you want a poor marriage, go ahead. Hey, Dr. P, I love you. Oh my gosh, yes. Like Calissa said, they're trying to pull their penis so they can get some. I can't stand y'all. Like, get yourself together. That's why I said when people are like, oh my God, you lost weight. I lost 20 pounds since January because social climbing is the new end. I'm a single mother. So all of y'all that have children, like you need to be like in America, like you need to be in spaces where the rich reside. When they say where the money reside, you need to put that boy with that uniform on and you need to put them on your screensaver. Take your children off and put where the money reside on your phone. We're not doing Portum. The pores are out. These men are going to have to grovel. You're going to have to get in spaces. Black women, and then on top of that, Black women, I'm going to say this because I know the majority of y'all are on here, but for all women, like for all women, yes. But Black women, I'm specifically talking to you because we have the same experience. Our men don't know what they want to do, right? Collectively. I'm talking about the singles. But we are loved around the world. But the thing is that we are loved by men who have the resources. If they don't have the resources and they can't catapult you into your next dimension, then why in the world are we having conversations over the phone? Why are we having conversations to see we're going to have men that's going to get mad and talk about, well, what are you talking about? And why y'all women doing this? Go and build a house, sir. Women, men being in women's business is already a red flag because why are you over here? And your children needs to be involved. You're in the Western world. You are not in all these other areas talking about we need to go back to Kemet and we need to go back to our roots and we need to go back to our roots. No, you need to live. You don't have time to protest. I don't need to see nobody protesting at all this year. If you out there, I'm going to ask you, give me your bank statement. I'm gonna ask you to send it to me by noon that day. Where's your bank statement? Because you should not be out here with cardboard poster boards talking about we protesting. Because why are you protesting? Brittany, that is so untrue. There are so many women in high societies, and that's retire high value. That's not high society, because that's really what it is. High society, like that's really the label. Like, you have to go and get your due. I'm going to just be very honest. I'm not saying be competitive, but I am saying that you're going to have to put your head down and you're going to have to get what you got to get. You're going to have to get out of that hole. I don't want to work hard. Like anybody that's talking about, I don't want to work hard. I don't want to work. I just want to do the least possible. I just want to work 10 hours a week, $0 to $500,000. You don't have room to talk. Look at it. I'm going to put it up again. Be a witness on paper. Because what are you talking about? They want to like pull you down. And so if you have children, and the daddy ain't doing what he's supposed to do, you have no choice. This ain't talking about going and getting married. This is about going after what's yours for your children's sake. Because don't bring no man into no situation and you haven't even secured your own babies. Because a lot of people do that. They will go and they will, oh, I'm dating, I need to find a man. No, you need to get your children secure first, so then you can go and do all this stuff. But you need to focus on getting your children ready for an inheritance. I think I've heard of Rose Miller. She got like 4 or 5 kids and with a 7-foot white man that loves it. I think I've seen it. Absolutely. Security. The message is clear. The message is clear. He don't even take me out because he can't. I wish I would stop like being like, it's like y'all want us to find something to complain about instead of understanding the climate. Understand the climate. Stop like getting upset that the men are not taking you out and courting you and you don't understand you don't understand. You don't get it. And instead of you learning skills, you want to complain and just, girl, I'm finna give me some friends, baby. I'm finna give me some friends. They're all poor. They cannot help you. The more time that you spend vetting men who you already know cannot handle what your life wants to be like, because you have desires and dreams, but if that you know good and doggone well they don't have any intentions and they're asking you about what you bring to the table, and he ain't talking about nothing about business and he doesn't have a plan or anything. Why are you talking to him? Blair saying, if we don't have kids, then what should we focus on? Establishing, securing our own legacy? Absolutely. You need to focus on building your own wealth, getting in spaces so that you can navigate and learn some relationship strategy skills. Because you still got to be able to read the room. I've been to galas and events where it was 10, 15, $20,000, $25,000 for a table, and you don't move around in spaces like that like you would a hookah bar, with a hookah or whatever they call it. Dr. Portia, she said, Dr. P says, and no woman with children doesn't have any business using her resources to look for a man. She should not be dating. She should not be dating. I remember Dr. P, thank you, because she told me that a long time ago, she didn't start dating. That's one of my mentors. I love her. All of your resources should be spent on economic development. Most women are divorced. Thing. Baby. Let me tell you something. I said, girl, he laid a pipe. No, you're poor. That's what it is. And I'm holding back. Because y'all, when I have conversations with my friends, it don't go nothing like this. It be a whole nother. You have to be able to support yourself. Okay. You have to be able to support yourself and afford to be in those spaces, because it does cost money to be in those spaces. Those spaces cost money. If you don't have any etiquette and you going in there like, oh girl, this is so nice. Okay, first of all, they smell all of that. You don't even smell rich. And see, elevating your circle means to elevate your mindset and elevate your communication. You need to, like, smart women do matter. Smart women just don't matter to poor men because they want you ignorant. That's why they want girls who are younger, who are ignorant, whose prefrontal cortex have not been developed, that they don't even understand logical critical thinking. They want younger girls because they know that they can't reason. Control is, especially when they got daddy issues, they love those type of women. They love those types of young women. But we already know that the wealthy actually love intelligent women. Not saying that you have to be quote unquote totally college educated, but you do need to have intelligence. And you do need to learn how to navigate your emotions. This is why they tell you, like when men tell you, I don't care about your degrees, I that's a red flag to me. That's a huge red flag to me. That's because they're not building anything. And if they are building something, they want you ignorant enough because they'll go out and spread their bodies around. They want you ignorant. They need a home to go to. When men have not been developed, they will always go towards the least. That's why I pick niches like pygmies. When I see pygmies and stuff like that, they don't want those. They're too easy. And when poor men have not developed as well, because they don't have any control or any power over anything, they always resort back to women because that's the only thing that they feel that they can control, because women have something, and I'm going to be honest with you, for the most part, women have don't have the physical strength that men do. Like women will have to pick up something in order to defeat a man, like pretty much. So hypergamy, like if you're looking to get married and all that kind of stuff, you got to practice hypergamy. You have to. But that's a competitive thing, and you're going to have to vibe up in so many ways. And I'm not a wife coach. I'm not none of that, but you're going to have to practice hypergamy. That's the only way. And you're going to have to be fit. I'm sorry. You're going to have to lose that weight. You're going to have to get rid of all this extra stuff. You're going to have to get well. You're going to have to be, you got to be snatched. Because if you're going around men that make 50 million a year, 100 million a year, you can't be going around looking like, oh my gosh, I'm so like tired. Like you can't be winded going up the steps. Like Upgrade You by Beyonce is a very good place to start when it comes down to like the mindset of sorts. Like you have to be at the dinner looking like, because I'm gonna tell you this, men are judged in those higher realms, men are judged by the woman. Like they look at the woman and see how happy she looks, see how kept she looks. That's if you're getting married. Like me, I'm not getting married, so I don't care. I just want to look good to be in those spaces and look good in these dresses that I'm going to be wearing to these events. Dr. P said, Dr. P said, I don't date at all. After I draw my last extra angle, I vow that until I reach a certain benchmark. Yes, yes. I do allow myself to be courted by patriarchs on. That's it. I like colonizing imperialists. I love, see, y'all got to be on a whole nother level to go into that conversation because everybody ain't ready for that. Patriarchs and colonizers and imperialists. Ooh. 'Cause A lot of y'all ain't ready for that conversation. Y'all ain't ready for that one. I'm gonna say this, Dr. P. I completely agree. I only like powerful men. I like men that have defeated things. This is because I'm an alpha in so many ways, quote unquote. Like I'm just giving you a label for the sake of conversation, right? But I'm an alpha woman because first of all, I'm a observer. So when I go into spaces, I look first. I read the room first. I don't go in there hollering and yapping. So first of all that loud laughing and stuff, you got to tone all this stuff down, right? So there's grace. You have to walk with eloquence and grace. I wish my other client was in here. I don't even know if she's here, Ariel, because I know this is her work that she does. But like walk in the room with power, right? But when it comes down to conversations with powerful men, I want a man that has done something, like he's conquered some stuff. If I see a man with Jordans on, I'm immediately turned off. I don't want to talk. That's why I can't stand the pants with the ankles showing. That's so stupid to me. Why do you have your ankles showing? I should have my ankles showing. Why are you doing that? It don't make no sense. Pull your pants down. But that's the way, that's the style. $0 to $500,000 a year. I just said that. I don't care. Woo! I can't. I can't. And if somebody get on here with a son and say, that's what my son wore that to the prom. I don't know that. I don't know none of that. And I don't like it. I still don't like it. I don't like it. Don't come to me with a wave cap. Don't come to me and see, my friends laugh at me because out of all my friends, I date older men. Like you have to be in your 50s to talk to me. Like my last two situations were 50 plus. Okay. Why 50 plus? And I don't have daddy issues. I have a daddy, right? But 50 plus for me, they are they're much more chivalrous for me. And their conversations are just so much better in my opinion. And they're a little bit more accomplished. Now they looking at this graph, they were still in 0 to 500. But at least I got nice dinners. I got taken to different places and events and things of that nature. I think, I had a good time. Yes, Sasha, yes, you should definitely be with older men. Older men just it's just a better dating experience to me. They're a lot more traditional. Absolutely, Tanika. I completely agree. And they're very, in my humble opinion, I think that they're much more supportive of you in business because both of mine, they had businesses. So I could pull on them for resources if I needed them, right? So it was like times where I needed to have payroll or times I needed to bridge invoices in the past, and it wasn't no problem. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I need this. Oh, well, here you go. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, if the men in your life cannot supply you with your business or invest in you, like if you say, I want to join this mastermind, and he said, oh, well, good luck with that. I need to drop you immediately because why are you here, sir? Asia, yeah, like how old is he? I think you should date older. I'm sorry, in their 50s, 60s, and 70s. Mm-mm. Monica said that. Monica, you can't be Dusty and 50. Sandra said, "Where did you?" Oh, Sandra, I don't know how to answer that. I've met. Oh, I gotta look. Let me look at your. How old is it? Sandra said, "Where did you meet them?" I go to different. I've been to different things like events and stuff. The last guy I met him out somewhere, but I'm trying to think because it was 4 years ago. It was during And it was during the pandemic. I'm 31 and my fiance is 53. He's the main reason I was able to get funding to my so far. That's what I'm saying. I love that. I love that. Y'all can't go to no hookah bar. Stay out of the hookahs. You need to go to places where people with money, and don't go there with the intent to be spotted by a man like that. Like, don't go, please don't be thirsty. Like, don't go and be like, I'm waiting on a man, my husband is here. Don't do that. Go because you actually want to connect with people, and maybe your connection will lead you there, but don't go there just for that. Because I think that's so thirsty to me. Like, a woman will naturally and organically attract that. Like, don't be that girl going to the bar and you're sitting there all pretty and like organic, let it organically happen is what I'm saying. Tech conferences like Afro Tech is coming up. Like, some of y'all need to get up and go to Afro Tech. Some of y'all need to go to some of these tech conferences and be there, but don't be there because you like the one is here. No, you need to go to network anyway. Asia say he held a high-end event. I ended up meeting him after the fact and pitched to him. He's interested in me, so he can't be my client, but he's very supportive of what I do. Absolutely. I love it. I love that, Asia. The 60s, the 70s, the gold mine, yeah. And then they about to be out of here too. Didn't say that out loud. Did not say that out loud. Sorry. The network, yes. You're just gonna have to invest, y'all. You're gonna have to. Now you're going to have to invest and get in spaces and start networking for real. Like, go and fly to different places and meet people. Like, don't go like Chili's, Applebee's, Cheesecake Factory. Like, there's nothing wrong with Cheesecake Factory. You're going with your family, but I'm not doing it. And I'm sorry. That's just me. I remember a man told me, it was a while back, and I remember he was like, do you do Applebee's? And I knew there was a test. And I said, absolutely not. That was a poor restaurant. And I ain't even bite my tongue. And I said it, what I said is a poor restaurant, and I'm not going. He was like, see, what if I was? I said, but you're not. I said it just like this to him, but you're not. Because I don't get tested. You failed the test. You ain't finna have me prove anything to you about no Applebee's because I'm not going there. Microwave food. Are you kidding me? Absolutely not. That's an insult to me. Thank you, Ashley. I think see, I love advice like that. She said, I met my husband at Piggly Wiggly. Don't take those type of chances. We thankfully are great. See, that's what I'm saying. I love that because I've seen women. I met my husband at this and y'all missing out. No, it's the fact of the matter. Like, that was really, really a chance I took. And I scored. It's really a luck of the draw. It's really probability. Because if you met your husband or your mate at somewhere that's not ideal and they turn out to be amazing, right? That was a luck of the draw. But don't go around telling women that's, oh my gosh, this you need to go to places like that and meet you. No, don't do that to them. So my whole point is this. Is there anything you do from this point going forward? It has to be very intentional. You can't get into these spaces and have back and forth with people that you already know. Like, some people, I've even had women tell me, like, you shouldn't date for money. Of course, these women were in the 0 to 500K range, really 0 to 100. And they would be like, you don't date for money. And I said, I do what I want to do. Thank you, Maria. She said, dating is about testing for being a father. Absolutely. And I will be 100% honest. I've been courted. I know what courtship looks like. I have been courted before. This is why I tell like even my daughter, and y'all let me know if you agree. I know Maria, this is your expertise as well. I know Dr. P she's taught me a lot about this. Some of the other ladies, like, I don't agree to boyfriends. I think boyfriends is just off to me. I don't understand it. I don't understand. I've never had a boyfriend before. They did not become my whatever until he started financially investing in me. And people laugh, but I go back to, not trying to bring him up or whatever, but Maddie's father, like he was, my mom thinks in her mind, she's like, oh, well, you know, this boy was your boyfriend. I said, no. I said, her father was my first real boyfriend. If you're going to put a boyfriend in there, I said, because he was financially investing. Ashley, that's exactly what I say. You could be a partner. Am I here? Did I skip? Did I freeze? Did I freeze? These things matter in the West. But when we start breaking down by race and stuff like that, we tend to be more passive and we tend to be more accepting per the race. Right? We tend to be a little bit more whatever in accordance to race. But when you're talking about class, there's a completely different conversation. And I don't believe in those types of relationship dynamics. I believe either I'm a wife or not. That's the only status I care about. Oh, I gotta, girl, me and my man. No. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. Maria, absolutely. Dr. P. Days for slam and those who diagnose and that it gives him leverage to seduce your interpret. I'm trying to tell you. See, over here, we're having really authentic, real conversations, and these are class-based relationship conversations. Y'all, like, if you are offended, if you want to make a case for the lack of, go ahead. You should be dating and having suitors. Thank you, Maria. I'm just seeing your comment. She said, my husband recommends a rotation of suitors and 10K. I completely agree. Like, you shouldn't be, their boyfriend should not come out your mouth. I'm dating this guy. No, is he a suitor? If you can't comfortably say suitor and he doesn't know that he's a suitor, so this is another thing too. He got to know he's a suitor. Because a lot of times but they want you all to themselves. Well, you don't need to be dating nobody else. Absolutely not. He needs to know that he's competing. That's why you know that you have a man that understands. I don't play about that. I am single until I'm married. And every man that comes into my space will know that. If he wants me all to himself, it's an investment. And I'm not playing about that. I'm not giving up my body for free for nothing. I'm still paying my rent. Are you kidding me? And you can call me a tutu. They used to call them tutus back in the day. They go, look, if you, so what are you a two, baby? You want access. And you don't want access for nothing. I wish you would come and lay up in my bed and I got to pay my light bill. Are you kidding me? Look, and I got a baby. Y'all better wake up. Maria said, men tell me that their partner baby mama is his. That's what I'm saying. See, men have a different conversation than we have. And we gotta learn how to stop being like people get like irritated when I say this. But I said, affordability for a family. It takes the proof. You got to show proof. You got to show proof. I don't feel sorry for men. I'm gonna say that again for anybody that come on this live later. I don't feel sorry for men. I don't. I don't talk to men like babies. Like, why would I talk to a man like a baby? Oh, I'm not doing that. I'm a woman. Just stop doing that. Don't let him vent and dump all over you. He needs a brotherhood. Where's his friends? Where's his golf buddies? Ashley, thank you. I can't get in the mood if I'm worried about money. If I am worried about money, no, you're not. I shouldn't have to complain about my bills to you and you don't do nothing. You need to present a solution to every problem I bring to you. And telling me you got this is not a solution. That's encouragement. I wish y'all would get into bed time. I'm going out with him. Is your rent due? That's ridiculous. But this some I got needs too. No, you don't want to lose him and you don't want to be by yourself. Take a cold shower, get you one of them battery operated things and hush your mouth and work. Period. You want some external look, come on, L, external validation. You just want to matter to somebody. The poorer you are, the more you want to matter to anybody because there's no significance down here. The lower you go in income, there is no significance. There's no value for value down here. You're just mating. You're just breeding at this point. That's why when women have babies and you don't have any money, you just not happy for me. No, because you're bringing in poverty. Like you're lowering your ability to get new skills because now you got to worry about how you're gonna bring more money into the house and go to child support court when you could be learning skills. I don't do child support court. I went twice in my entire life. I will never go back again. I am not a baby mama. I don't do baby mama. I don't do that. I don't go back and forth with folk. I don't co-parent. I don't do none of that. I don't do none of that. And you can screen record and send it to him if you want to, if you know him. Because I don't do it. I told him to his face, I don't co-parent. I don't have time. I'm busy. Y'all stop doing all this stuff. Giving my, I'm not giving a man a family. I'm not doing that. He might be watching this. I don't know. I also don't date guys that owe child support. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. If I found out that you owe, I'm really running. I'm running the other direction. Maria said we Arabs have a bribe. We need to have that. We need to. I'm telling you, we would see so much pushback. Why don't we have a minimum? If I find out you owe child support, it is red flag X. I'm ghosting. I'm ghosting right in front of you. And so, because you're going to have women that say, what about the boys? They trying. Try harder. They don't need to get married then. If they're trying, I'm sorry. There wouldn't be any marriages. Good. Brittany, she said there wouldn't be any marriages if they had to pay 20K minimum. Sorry. That's the price you pay. Because why are you getting married? Do people know what marriage is? That's another thing. I told y'all early in the live today, marriage is a rich man's sport. Marriage is a rich man's sport. That's why you have side pieces and you have mistresses. You have side pieces and mistresses. Mistresses on payroll. Mistresses and the wife sometimes know each other. And the wife is totally cool with the mistress as long as she don't infiltrate and pollute on her domain. Y'all better get with it. Y'all better wake up. There's some wives that's sitting pretty right now, like, I'm not leaving my husband. She better go. I'm not leaving my life. Are you kidding me? Brenda, that's not enough. She said, if he's not making 10K a month minimum, Ashley, wait a minute, let me scroll up. She said, don't even want to pay $72 a month for child support. No, you know you're not getting 20,000. Baby, if he paying $200 in child support, that part, Tanika, that part, mistresses don't exist without marriage. And that's my husband. That's side, like the side piece. Me and my husband, a side piece pays her own bills. Mistresses do not pay their own bills. I know that, right? In Islam, we have second wives, so children are not. I learned that when I went visited Egypt. I was so intrigued by their relationship dynamics. Like they can, I think Egypt can have up to four. And I was just so intrigued. I mean, I was like this at the table, like, really? Really? So that's what the men are that loaded, huh? And y'all talking about some doggone polygamy and everybody, all the women in the house work. What? We pull our resources together. Like, really? Monica, I think it's the family, the parents. It costs you to take my child as your, because when you're doing a transaction, you're taking this child. This is why a lot of times men go for women without fathers in the home like that, because the women struggle with being provided for and they look at the husband as a father, right? They look for that protective and that provision, but they also look for control and somebody to tell them what to do, which is why there's a lot of arrested development in younger wives, right? But if you're like the woman is coming from a home where the father is present, that man is not going to be as fast to mistreat that woman, because guess what? She can just go right back home. It's a sin to take a woman's money. That'll preach. I wonder, is that in the Bible? Because somebody looked it up. It's baby, if that was in the Protestant Christian Bible. Mm-mm. 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 Ooh, I need to find that. I need to find that scripture. Don't let me go to Googling. Yeah, somebody put that scripture in the doggone comment section. It's a sin. Baby, that's gonna disqualify 90%. Okay. 90% of the 0 to 500K. Let me see. Let me work. Let me. Yeah. Mm. So you don't have that kind of time. Mm-mm. Yeah, you don't. You need to focus. You need to focus. So while I understand that you're keeping your options open and you really want to score, you want to be one of those ones who have that outlier story, right? That story where it happened by manifestation, or it happened by this and it happened by that. I just happened to score. And I met the man of my dreams while walking down the park and he was everything. But see, this is the thing that y'all don't realize. You need to be able to think outside of the lens of this could be. You need to go into marriage. And I will always say this, being someone who has been divorced twice, I will 100% stand on this right here. I will die on this hill. You have got to go into marriage with a business mindset. And I'm talking about for real, for real, for real. You need to go into Timothy 5:8. Is it first or second Timothy? Look at me. I've seen that scripture before. Now that you say it. Now that you say it. You've got to go into marriage with a business brain. And a woman needs to have some type of prenuptial something, right? The man should not be presenting that. I'm talking in the West, because in the West, it's very, very fickle. You got men who do not see the woman as the divine feminine that she is. They don't see, a lot of them don't see that. So you really have to make sure that you're protecting yourself. And if you have children, make sure they're protected before you even say, I do to anybody. Because see, if I had it my way, like if I could go all the way back over again, like even I will put a clause in the prenuptial agreement that if he has an outside child, that baby will not be liable. That baby will not get any type of inheritance from him. I'm sorry, the baby mama or the child. I'm sorry. I'm one of those, like, you will have to sign something for me. You will not give that child anything. Only legitimate children only, period. And you can be mad, you can get in my DM and you can have a conversation with me. I stand on that. We have outside children on me, that child and that mother will not get anything. That's in the contract. I need you to sign that, sir. Don't play with me. I love that, Maria. I even saw somewhere where this woman made her suitor, he asked he asked her to date him exclusively. She made him sign a contract and pay her per month. I think it's like $20,000 a month or something like that. Something to that effect. I don't even remember where I saw that. I can't remember the account, but there's a price. I want a push present, absolutely, and a push vacation. Yes. See, a lot of this stuff we don't know. We just know love. See, look at Maria. She said you also need to include a price for infidelity and agreement. See, this is the thing. A lot of us don't know about this stuff because we're marrying 0 to 500. And when you're doing 0 to 500, see, some of y'all be dating potential. He got the potential to be. Y'all stop doing that. Stop doing that. That's ridiculous. Don't do that no more. Don't do that no more. Like going forward. Ain't no, I'm getting ready to, ain't no, I'm thinking about, ain't no, where are you, sir? Background checks, financial reports, credit, all these things, because when they're coming to you with proposals, think about that. Like even my clients, y'all already know where I'm going with this. If you have to send a proposal to a potential or to a client that says that they're ready to go, they are signing a contract and paying the invoice. That's a business arrangement. It's just when that man get out on one knee, and talking about, will you marry me? That's a verbal agreement, but I also need a contractual something. It's definitely better than a wealthy narcissist. Get as close to the top as you possibly can. And if your children are not being bred and not being nurtured in those wealth conscious spaces, you can forget it. And your children need to be ruly and respectful and know how to navigate through those spaces as well. My child is 16 years old and see, I'm teaching her about these things. And it's according to the consciousness of where you at. So if your children are working, and that's another thing too, your daughters, if your daughters are doing labor jobs, get them out of there. Let them go work at a bank, especially if they're pretty. Go and especially if they have like a pretty prissy, get them out of labor places. They don't need to be working at no Popeyes. They don't need to be working at no KFC. They don't need to be working at no Taco Bell or at the warehouse. Get them out of them places. Get them in a bank. I always say, pretty girls, if they're young, they need to be working in somebody's law office. And I'm not talking about no bankruptcy law office. I'm talking about attorney's office, and they need to go to spaces like the bank where they can be seen and learn how to dress, especially if they're in the middle class kind of thing. They need to be positioned to be seen and carry themselves appropriately. And she said, but don't act like they need you. There you go. I love that. Yes. Like they need to be in spaces where they can dress up. I'm sorry. I'm just like they need to be in spaces where money is involved, where big money is involved. They need to learn how to talk. And I'm being silly on here, but you put me in spaces, I know how to carry myself. I love that. Because it is a strategy, y'all. It's not the same. Like, it's not like I'm finna go here, baby. I'm finna go to the bar, baby. I'm finna turn up. Wrong focus. Wrong focus. It's ridiculous. Thank you. I can't stand it. I can't stand it, Kalisa. She said jobs with uniforms make them background. Exactly. And it's labor. They're not using their brains. They're not learning how to speak. Like we're going into a new space, divine feminine. Like you need to learn how to navigate through these spaces. And some of us are mad because it's like, oh, we weren't taught this. No, you weren't taught this because our parents and our parents' parents, we were like they grew up in poor spaces or very lower middle class spaces, so they wouldn't know etiquette. Everything was based on love because guess what, the poorer you are, it was wider because that's the labor class. It's the permanent underclass. So a lot of us were just going off of love because they didn't know nothing else. We were taught love and religion as the basis, and don't question anything, which is why I tell y'all religion dumbs you down. I'm being for real. Religion will dumb you down if you don't know how to navigate and understand culture. Just like I'm gonna go here. Like Protestant religion is Protestant religion, Protestant, I can't get it out. Protestant Christianity is a detriment to many Black women, like Church of God in Christ, like all those Methodists, all of that stuff right there. That's all Protestant stuff. That's why the men are wayward. There's no conservative opportunity right there. All this Pentecostal apostolic, that's why they can't keep their tail sitting down. Come on, somebody. Y'all better talk back to me. That's why you see a lot more men who are more conservative and honor marriage that are more into orthodox type of religions like Catholicism and all of that. See, that's what I'm saying. That's a whole nother conversation. I ain't even go there because y'all, some of y'all are 5D and new age, and you don't even understand what you're doing. That's a whole nother conversation. That's why you see Islam and all these other organized traditional religions that they honor their marriage a lot more than Protestant. Y'all, that's a whole nother live. I ain't finna go on there. I ain't finna go on there. I ain't gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. Protestant Christianity is a scam. I'm trying to tell y'all that. Thank you. Thank you, Maria. She's a Christian Orthodox. See, that's what I'm saying. Orthodox, like, that's a whole different conversation. Y'all ain't even ready for that. Y'all ain't ready for that one. That's why I had to get out the church, at the black church, because black church is more rooted in the Protestants. It's way more Protestant. Oh, that's my church, baby. That's why I love my church. It's Protestant. That's why the men are not conservative. It's more liberal. Blair, you preaching. More orthodox, more conservative. That's why I don't understand. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be very honest with you. And I know this is a conversation for a different day. This is why I understand how people that want marriage so bad vote blue. Why you vote blue? I'd rather you vote nothing at all because blue don't even, it's liberal. Like, I don't understand. And then you're capitalist too. It makes no sense. It's the working class, of course. Like, look at the economy right now. It tells you exactly what you need to know about blue. And you're in America, wake up. It ain't got to do with that. They're racist. They're all right. Like, what else do you have? Of course they are. Duh. Yeah. They want you to be dressed up to here and all the way. It's just, it's the craziest thing. It's the craziest thing. Now people, I don't want to trigger. Well, whatever. I don't know. I'm trigger bust anyway. It's about it's about understanding where you are and moving accordingly. It's strategy over here. See, a lot of y'all want to talk about you want to talk about um let me see here. She said, I find that Protestant keeps you down because it's based on emotional. Thank you. My husband's Orthodox priest studied Greek and Roman philosophy. So we love, absolutely. I am Muslim conservative and also study Greek and Rome. See, that's what I'm saying. See, this is my last situation, my last relationship, my last situationship, I guess if you could say, is he was conservative as well. And so we had the same ideologies. When you're in the West, it has a lot to do with conservative finds you more traditional type marriages. Those are for women who want marriage. That's why I don't understand why y'all tend to gravitate towards the liberal part, because the liberal, that side over there, don't honor marriage. That's why they cheat so much. And because they're working these little jobs and they're not getting, it's based in emotions. That's why they protest so much. Orthodox has a strong basis in stoicism. Please, y'all, study stoicism. Stoicism, stoic femininity, like, study. You have to study. So didn't I just post about that the other day, y'all? I said, study stoicism. You need to study that. There's a whole podcast. What's his name? You could start, y'all. Jesus. The Daily Stoic. You can start there. Look on YouTube. If you need somewhere to start. Calista, thank you. Thank you. She said most people date without knowing their actual value. Don't even know what they want. Don't even know how to communicate values. I like the bow. That's not a value. Ryan Holidays. Yep. Let me see. This is like, get in your bag, get in your head, learn, grow. Stop crying over these men. Stop crying. I just want somebody to love me. Girl, learn stoicism. Please. I just want somebody to look. Girl, I love that for her. Study stoicism and hush. I just really he broke my heart. I did all this for him. Study stoicism. That's your fault. Stop doing all this stuff. Stop being like mothers to these men. Stop being their aunties. They don't need aunties. They need women. They don't need mothers. They have them. He go to therapy. Don't let these men be using some. I need a woman that's going. Not the right one. So y'all know you got to look it up, baby. You got to be resourceful. That's another thing. You got to be resourceful. See, these questions are Googleable. I know y'all want to be nice. Ayana, that's your homework. Y'all hear what I said? Don't get in there and be trying to rescue people. Do homework. Ayana, do homework. You got to learn what stoicism is, and it starts with learning about it. You got to go and look at it. Because this right here, I need y'all to understand this too. Y'all got to be okay with studying. And I say that with love, Ayana. Okay, she said, I will look it up. Y'all know I say this stuff with love because we got to become resourceful. And when you are trying to transform your life and you're trying to, and it's not even leveling up, because I don't even want to use that phrase because I think level up is kind of cliche, but it's really about transformation and transfiguration. Like you should not look the same as you did 4 years ago. Like there should be completely different change. You gotta study who you are becoming. And that takes resourcefulness and learning how to go and look things up, study, get you a notebook, and just 30 minutes to an hour, a couple of days a week, put it in your schedule and learn how to learn. Brandy, absolutely. And then they're going to use you as a trampoline. They're going to bounce off you and go to somebody else, because sometimes women will allow themselves to be the practice or the first stop. Olivia said, where's your membership? It's on YouTube. In fact, it's so funny because I just got a notification from Facebook not too long ago that I'm qualified to have a membership on here, a subscription. I don't know if I'm gonna use it yet because I gotta look at my bandwidth. I don't know. But YouTube, I would strongly suggest that you binge on my YouTube channel because I have everything on there. In fact, I may keep this up for a couple of maybe a day or two, and then I'm going to take this down and put it up over there over YouTube. I don't know. I got to think about it. Maria said, if men fake relationships to get laid, we should go for our self-interest. Absolutely. Y'all need to let me heart this. She said, if men fake relationships, and they will. That's why I feel sorry for them. There are women that are having babies. If I really feel like, and I'm getting ready to close, I really feel like in this day and time, I feel like women have the potential. Like our generation has the potential to live way past 100. I think that that's even a projection because we're taking care of ourselves. A lot of us got, getting healed. We just need to do better with our emotions and learning what we're doing and stop babying things. Like we're too stuck at 21. We need to start taking responsibility. Like even stop using the term adulting. Like I'm so tired of adulting. You're a responsible adult. Like pay your bills. Pay your bills and pay them on time. Stop saying that, oh, it's just so much on me. Pay your bills. Ain't nothing wrong with you. You just don't like paying bills. Who does? Pay them. Stop complaining about life. Blair. I'm just so tired of adulting. No, that's you being a baby. Stop. Grow up. Grow up. I say that with love. Grow up. We too old for this. Where's your schedule? Where is your calendar? Where is your focus? Nobody's coming to get you. Well, Olivia, we have a conversation, honey. I have a whole program. I have a whole coaching program called the Matriarch CEO Coaching Program. That's the name of it. It's the best business coaching program ever. I love my coaching program. Blair said, I know that's for me. But seriously, though, y'all, seriously, like we got to grow up in these areas and stop looking for people to come and get us. I just need somebody to help me. I just need somebody. You help yourself. Learn stoicism. Stop arguing, stop playing, and get in your bag and get in your focus and stop procrastinating. I told y'all we too old for this. If you haven't learned any skills, get into the link in my caption or on my page. Go and get that digital lead her writing system. Learn how to write and bring clients in and get your messaging on point. Or the Matriarch CEO Accelerator course. Learn how to sell. Also, I got a couple of other courses in there too. The Matriarch CEO Coaching Program is my 6-month business coaching program. It is a 5-figure investment. Get your life together. We do have third-party financial options. I'm not playing with y'all. I'm not playing. I coach too hard and I have winners. I only accept winners. I only accept women who are high performers in that program. Don't come in there if you whiny and talking about I need to make some money for my light bill. That is not the program. Go get your course. And I say that with love. I'm not playing. I told y'all 0 to 500K is no longer a thing. We are going to 500 plus. That's it. I'm sorry. Olivia, send me your email, Olivia. Send me your email. I'll send you the information. See, for the Matriarch, it's completely different. You ain't gonna see that on my stand store. You have to come in my inbox and ask about that. When it said being liberal is against men's masculine hunter, absolute. So why are they liberal? Why responsibility avoidance? There you go. They are liberal in exchange for avoiding responsibility for providing committing. And that's because it's liberal. It's free. It's just free, just here, there, and everywhere. And to be honest, Black folk, real quick, Black folk, y'all tend to vote based on history. Y'all don't vote based on the future. You don't vote based on your self-interest. You vote based on the first this and the first day. And that's because we didn't know, right? It's because of historical, this is how we know. But if you go back to the Reconstruction era for Black folks, which was probably the wealthiest time for Black people, that's when we were the most married. That's when we had happier families. The children were leaders. We had the most leaders, had more leaders. And now when all of our leaders now are celebrities and entertainers, they don't make no sense. That's why it just doesn't make sense. Marriage is a principle of wealth. And that's the reason why a lot of them back then, they got married and they were wealthy in their families. That's why I understand how we got here. Mm-hmm. Woo! We brought the heat. Did y'all enjoy this? Did y'all enjoy this? This was good. This was good. This is really, 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 really good. Get your life together. I'm glad that this conversation may have to do a part 2 tomorrow. I really want y'all to like get your head in the game. Tomorrow we're going to talk about maybe capitalism and navigating and structuring our day and our week. To Nadia, it's ridiculous. Still blaming the crackhead. It's so silly. It's the silliest thing I've ever seen. It's the most foolish thing I've ever seen in my life. Why are they still blaming it? That's the only thing they got. And none of them probably was knee high to a grasshopper at that point. strong money making women. You better preach, Sasha. What do you think of Candace Owens? I like Candace. I don't have a problem with Candace. I have always I'm gonna say this about Candace Owens because I talked about her the other day. I forget, I don't know if it was last week or week before. I like Candace. Um Keila. Is it Keila? I'm looking at your Kayla, Keik, Keila. Welcome. Please teach me how to say your name. I don't want to butcher it because I have a very distinct name and always correct people. I'm the same. Let me go back to your question. What do you think of Candace Owens? For me, I like Candace. I think that she is very smart. She gets it, is what I'm trying to tell you. She married up. She's another one. I think she did not finish undergrad. I think she was like a journalist student or something like that, and she did not finish undergrad, but she knew how to social climb. She knew strategy. And a lot of people, Keela. Okay, Keela, got it. Thank you. Welcome. She used social strategy, and whether she did it unconsciously or consciously, she did. And she dated, and what she said was absolutely true. Like, I think she said this the other day. She said she dated per her IQ, intelligence quotient. And you have to marry people based on what you want to talk about. Like, what do you want to hear? Like, what do you want your partner, I mean, not partner, I'm sorry, your spouse to talk about? Like, they have to be smart, they have to be intelligent. I totally agree, Maria. Her last move was not stoic. I think she got a little bit too emotional, and I don't think she played her cards right, but I don't know what it's leading to. I'm very intrigued at her next steps of what she does, and if she's gonna flip, like, what is her strategy? So I'm very curious as to see what she does next, because I know she got fired from, I forgot the name of that, the Daily, I forgot what it's called. I love free thinkers. I am a free thinker. I call myself a conservative independent. I vote according to my self-interest. I don't vote for history. I don't vote for the first black this, the first this. I don't vote per that. I don't care about any of those things. Like, is it going to make me rich as a capitalist? Is this going to allow my child to thrive in the future? Um, Hey Olivia, thank you. She said, "Done. Do you have the capacity for a 15-minute chat? Let's talk over DM. I tend to not. I don't take like calls. Let's have a conversation in DM and see what you need." Jasmine says, "Okay, at my phone." Bless. I've definitely stated before that mainstream feminism does not and never has benefited Black women. Um, I will say this. It benefited us now because of where we are. Thank God it happened, because a lot of us would have been in marriages and relationships where we get our head beat in and having a whole bunch of kids that don't make no sense. So I'm actually kind of thankful for feminism. I'm not talking about the toxic ones though. I'm not talking about the toxic one. I'm talking about the one that we are allowed to have our own bank accounts. We can buy our own land. We can buy. It actually served us very well. But I know what you mean about the toxic feminism, because the whole I can do what a man does, that's not the idea that I go for. I still believe in some traditionalism where I don't open my own door. I don't pay my own bills. Like, I ain't gonna be with you and I'm struggling. That ain't happening. I do believe men should be men. I believe that men should be men. Yeah, right, Sasha. I agree. I totally agree. It served this purpose, but I think as they kept going and going and going and doing all this extra stuff, like, it just got kind of ridiculous. I love it. I love it. So, Blair, that's my opinion. You're more than welcome to kind of hold your belief around that, but that's my opinion when it comes down to that. So I just wanted to kind of bring um that to fruition in so many ways, but I just wanted to absolutely Absolutely. Third wave feminism has decimated the Black family. It has. It really has. And I understand, like, some people will talk about the Black marriage, like they'll talk about, well, it was women that were still getting abused and stuff like that. That's in all situations when you marry somebody that's off, like, of course. But part, for the most part, our marriages were in sync. Our marriages were in alignment. Like the men handled the house. Like they were big. They didn't play about the shotguns, baby. They didn't play about they're gonna protect their house. That's the kind of man I'm talking about. I would give you as many babies you want to, you protect this house. Good cha. That I want a man that's gonna go out there and get some stuff done. Double barrel. I want to look where L at. L still on here. Me and her talking about. I want a marksman. I like them kind of men. Like, don't play about this house. Don't play about her, and don't play about these kids. Don't play about my wife. I don't play about that. I don't play about that. That's the kind of that's what I'm talking about. Okay, Drika said, have you seen the announcement that Russia president announced that they were wrong and that Jesus is Black? They pulled a power move on US and the shift. I need my glasses. That's 40-year-old me talking. And the shift is happening in Black consciousness and wealth. So I got to do a little bit more digging on that, but I'm gonna kind of get, because I did see some of it. I don't mind Putin. Like, I don't care, whatever, right? I don't care if Jesus is Black or not, and I think that's cool if he was. However, right, because that was 2,000 years ago. I wasn't there. But what I can say, the shift is happening on Black consciousness. I want you to expound on that. Black consciousness and wealth. I want you to give me some more insight to that, because we still at 0 to 500. That's still happening. Ear said testosterone levels have decreased. They have. A lot of boys are not, like, a lot of them aren't competitive. A lot of them want to live the soft life. Like, they're just mm-mm. They're just not there. And it has a lot to do with a lot of estrogen, a lot of boys are not being raised by real men. That's another thing too. Like, I think that has a lot to do with it. And then you have men that are not raising their girls and telling them the truth, and they're not grooming these boys. And I think that that's also a very unfortunate thing. When the men don't even know how their children are doing, like, they don't have a relationship with them, they don't check on them, they don't come around, they don't take, all that stuff matters. And the men that blame women or blame mothers that it's the single mothers doing this, it's because they're blaming their mothers. It's their mothers, because the women are doing, and I'm going to say this, single mothers are doing, and when I say single mothers, single women that are mothers. Okay. I want to make sure that's clear, because single mothers actually doesn't make any sense. You can't be a single mother. You can be a single woman that's a mother, because a mother is a mother. Okay. Period. So that's that. But single women who are mothers are doing the best that they can with what they have. And I actually think we're doing a pretty good job. I just do believe that we just need to stop being so, and I think this is one of the biggest reasons why the matriarch was so heavy in my spirit, is because we're going to be called to head up households, but also bring an order and structure back in the house. Right? You got to bring order and structure in your home as a single woman with children. You just have to. There needs to be order. Like, in my house, like, even though I have one daughter and I have a little, Yonsei is our 1-year-old crazy dog. I call her crazy. But she's a mini golden doodle, 9 pounds of pure height. we have order here. There's a schedule that we follow. Does that make sense? Y'all here? There has to be structure in the home. There has to be structure in the home. And so even like I was telling a relative the other day, she has two children. She has two boys, littles. They're little. They're both under the age of both under the age of 5, 6. And I told her, she was like, I'm just so overwhelmed. I said, well, you're overwhelmed because you don't have any order. I said, when Maddie was little, I didn't have a choice but to be orderly. So, which means that what? I needed to make sure that her school uniforms and stuff like that was ironed out for the next 2 weeks. I needed to make sure that her bowls were clean and pressed and everything was accounted for. Her socks was neatly in place, like her toys was sanitized. Like there is order you have to bring in the home so that you're not scuffling in the morning, because time is everything. Time is everything. Drika, yeah. So she said, I'm happy to see shifts in consciousness and wealth. That's what matters. Absolutely. I will she said, my phone died, I'm back. I was asking you, Drika, about, you said that they pulled a power move on US and the shift is happening in Black consciousness and wealth. And I was asking you, what is that? Like, can you give me specifics on what Black consciousness and wealth is? Because like I said, we're still in 0 to 500K, more so under 100K. So I would like to know. But nevertheless, this is a good conversation. Join my email list, go to my Sans store, look at joining my email list, because I do send out emails to my list, to my tribe, to my community. I love them. I love the women there. We're building. I may have a free masterclass coming up at the end of the month on something business foundational. I'll announce that within the next couple of days, maybe early next week. But I need us to get it together. I really want us to get it together, and I want us to get it together fast. I have 2 spots open before I close up. I have 2 spots open for the daily payday intensive that is $1,500 for 8 weeks. So if you have courses, if you have workbooks, if you have, and you want to offer courses, you got, like, we start on the 10th. That's next week. The 8th, they will get, our students will get the access to the course portal on the 8th. I know that's when the great eclipse is happening, but we're moving on. Okay, we're moving on. Marie, I'm gonna read your comment as soon as I get off. So it's 1,500. We also have a payment plan structure. That's also on my Stand store. Don't join the Stand store if you don't want to sell and you don't want to make any money. Okay, I'm just telling you. So come in and do what you have to do so that we can go and do what we need to do. Okay. Y'all said that y'all want to level up. We're going to level up. We got to get you out of this 500,000. All right. Love y'all so much. Have a great rest of your day. Nadia said, what's 1,500? I missed it. Nadia, I was saying that we have the daily payday intensive that's coming up. It starts next week on Wednesday. And it's $1,500. We do have a payment plan structure if you need a payment plan to support you. And but we start Wednesday. Okay. I will be back on here tomorrow, talk about capitalism and women, and while we gotta just get used to it. Okay, you gotta get used to it. Love y'all so much. This was great. Follow me on all platforms. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. We going. Love y'all. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.